Brian Bruff approached me with a play that he had adapted into a film. And I thought it was great. And I thought that lending some of my visual ideas and concepts to it could make it into a great film.
As far as writing the screenplay, I had never read the actual play. I've never seen the play. When I met with Brian, he felt like it was important that I not get the feel of the play so that I became so connected to it. So he gave me several ideas, gave me a treatment of what he wanted, told me the things he did and didn't want, and then he gave me a version of the screenplay that he and somebody else had worked on, and I took that, read it, and then started from scratch.
I think the thing that I liked about the script was the fun interplay with a romantic comedy where one of the characters was imaginary, and I thought that was new and high concept, and so that was one of the things that really attracted me to want to be a part of this project.
So the main character is Abby in the film, and she's, you know, a college-age girl in her probably early 20s, and she's this girl who's kind of been neglected by her parents, and as a result, through her childhood, she had this imaginary friend that she's incorporated into her life so much that he still plays a very significant role in her life.
I think by casting Shiri Appleby in the part of Abby was a good move for us because we needed somebody who could play this neurotic character. But we bought into it for the first half of the film that she was completely normal and this relationship that she had with this imaginary guy was real. And she does that so great. And on top of that, there's so much balance between the complexity of dramatic pieces and comedy pieces in the film that we needed somebody who had that balance, and Shiri was perfect for that.
Well, I'm playing Abby Morrison, who is a young girl who's scared to take chances on love and life. She's sort of created this perfect little world for herself. The figment of her imagination, the safe place that Abby's created in her head, that to sort of escape the loneliness and the pain and all sorts of issues that she has, is she's created an imaginary boyfriend for herself called Cy, which is this great little chipper English boy who sort of doubts on her and tells her how beautiful she is, and he brings her food and flowers, which she actually makes for herself and buys herself. And they have this really cute, quirky relationship, but it's more the concept of Cy and the person of Cy is really like her fear speaking to her, especially when she meets Quinn. It's like the out part of her is saying that she's excited, then Cy shows up to say, why would you want to break that sort of life for yourself? Why are you going to sort of take a chance and fear rejection?
At the beginning of the film, we didn't want people to know that Cy was imaginary. So we set it up in such a way that on a second viewing, you would see a lot of little things we were doing to hint at it. But on a first viewing, it was very subtle. We didn't have them physically touch. We put them in interaction with other people, but in a way where she's talking to them, they're not close enough to make it think that she's talking to herself. But as an audience person, not knowing that he's imaginary, you actually think that she's socializing with them in public settings. But if you go back and watch the film again, it's actually, you realize that she's actually spaced out from the background, and actually she's just talking to herself. The minute I read the script, I knew that the part of Cy had to be someone that we would just think is romantic from the get-go. And I always think that English people have that kind of, with the accent and everything, just personify that. And so I really felt like it had to be an English actor. So I had seen Orlando Seal perform in another film, and I thought he was great. And so I called him and said, I'm going to try to get you in this film, and luckily it worked out.
Orlando Seal, who plays Cy, it's really wonderful to bring the English element into it because they can be so witty and so smart, and he's also coming up with such great character things. He's really developed the character and brought this whole different world to the Abby-Cy relationship.
So Cy is this imaginary boyfriend who, it becomes interesting because Cy is everything that she's not, everything that she wants to be. And so he may be fun and daring and all this other stuff because she's not. It's kind of her alter ego. And it's kind of fun to see the conversations and to just think of, okay, so what's really going on here once you realize he's imaginary, because it's really her thinking this through with herself.
And I think the last girl we had here was Cal's mom.
Likely story.
Really? I mean, don't you just love the way the surrealists make our wildest imaginings come to life?
Neanderthal man, your thoughts? Yeah.
Fascinating insight.
It's like they're speaking a foreign language we can understand, but you just don't know how.
Where the hell did that come from?
That is beautiful.
When we were looking for the part of Quinn, I thought of Nick Zano. I had just recently met him, and I liked just everything about him, and I thought that he was a lot like the character of Quinn in his mannerisms, in his kind of quirkiness, his wittiness, and I just thought he was a perfect match for that character.
I play Quinn Andrews. I go to college. I'm trying to get into law school. I'm failing terribly at art class, which was an elective I picked because I thought it was an easy elective, and it's killing me.
I just don't get this stupid pseudo-surrealist crap.
It's not crap.
What'd you say?
I said it's not crap.
How do you know? Oh, A+. Sorry, I didn't know I was speaking to an expert.
Well, now you know.